Hey guys, I'm going to show you a few ways to absolutely melt your primeval in Gambit. I also want to give some tips for the rest of the mode, so yeah, let's get started. Probably the most efficient method for killing the primeval right now, as in before the new DLC drops, is having everyone use Sleeper Simulant, and have 1 or 2 top tree sunbreakers with the exotic gauntlets Synthoceps. Send 1 in to shoulder charge the boss for melting point, and then everyone lights up the boss with Sleeper. Once the melting point wears off, send in your second titan for another melting point buff. There's actually 2 ways you can use the Sleeper too. One is a more consistent way, while the other has a chance for much greater damage, but it's very inconsistent. The first is just beaming the boss in the critical spot, the head or the eye or wherever it is on whichever boss you're facing. You'll do a ton of damage this way, and it's a much safer strategy. The alternative is to shoot at the ground so that the lasers then split off from the initial laser and ricochet into the boss's critical spot, doing much more damage than the initial single laser. It can be hard to achieve this, but it's easiest on the ogre boss. You'll see I hit crits while ricocheting the lasers. Hammer Strike, aka Melting Point, combined with Sleeper is currently the fastest way to nuke these primevals. The second fastest way is using Nova Bombs and Tractor Cannon or Melting Point. Tractor Cannon buffs void damage by 50%, while Melting Point buffs everything by 50%. So get 3 Nova Bomb Warlocks and 1 Titan together, or 2 to 3 Warlocks and a Tractor Cannon, and it should be easy mode. You can also use Sleeper with this strategy. You can also use Celestial Nighthawk if you please, but I prefer running Top Tree for 6-shooter to team wipe the enemy players. A final note on melting the boss is if you have everyone stand in an Empowering Rift and use Wardcliff Coil, it's pretty easy as well, although this can be tough if you're playing with randoms. If you get Fallen, use Risk Runner. It is killer in Gambit. You can pretty much solo all the ads with Risk Runner alone. You can use Risk Runner with Cabal, but it's not as efficient. I actually prefer using Sunshot for the Cabal rounds. If you're the one invading and you like sniping, Alone as a God is great for invasions. Same with Sleeper Simulant. You can team wipe so easily with it. One of my personal favorites to use when invading is Top Tree Golden Gun, like I mentioned before. Since Golden Gun's duration got buffed, using 6-shooter is easy mode if you wait to pop it until you get relatively close to the enemies. You have so much time to use it now. Essentially, for the first part, you just want to be really fast at killing all the dudes and collecting the motes. Coordinate sending blockers to the enemy team. As soon as you set up those blockers, send a player over to invade while the enemy team is trying to clear them. This can set the enemy team back quite a bit. Literally every subclass is great for this mode. Even Ward of Dawn can produce some funny moments if you invade, use a Ward of Dawn bubble to block the enemy's bank, and just sit inside and defend it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for now. Enjoy the mode while it's live for 24 hours. I certainly know I'm having a blast with it myself.